how much you should pay for a 6th gen Dodge Charger. Let's go. All right, so you're interested in buying a 6th gen Dodge Charger. Those of you that are not too familiar, these Dodge Chargers run from 2006 through 2010, and they come a variety of trims. So basically what I'm gonna do is just break down each trim and how much they go for, how much they're on sale for, and how much I think would be a fair price to pay for one of these. So I'm not really looking to tell you guys how to sell them. I'm looking to tell you guys if you're looking to buy one and what exactly is a fair price, okay? So we're gonna start off with the V6 trims, okay? There's two different trims you can get for the V6. There's the SE. Those typically come with a 2.7 liter V6, only making 190 horsepower, okay? Then you have your SXT trim. This is gonna be a 3.6 V6, and those give you 250 horsepower. All right, so those, I've looked online, they run anywhere from $4,000 to $8,000. So the main reason for that is, like I said, there's your 2.7s, and those usually run, you know, $3,000–4,000, and then you have your 3.6s. Those are going to be, you know, $8,000. So I highly do not recommend the 2.7 liters. Those engines are trash. They're not going to last you. I wouldn't even bother buying one of those unless they're like it's like a low mileage one you can get for like $4,000. I would get it, but I would say a fair price to pay for a SXT, like I said, it runs from 2006 through 2010. It's gonna be, I wouldn't pay a lick over $7,000, okay? And if you're gonna pay $7,000, this better be like well under 100,000 miles, mint condition, one, maybe two owners at that, okay? But I wouldn't pay anything over $7,000. That'd be the max, okay? And then the lowest, I would say, you know, $4,000 would be a good, you know what I mean? That'd be a good price, all right? Okay, so I think a good deal on a V6, if you can get one for like $5,000, decent condition, 3.6 liter, let's go, all right? Okay, so now we have the RT trims, all right? So the RT trims, now this is where it gets a little bit tricky, okay? Because on the RTs, we have, they're all 5.7 first of all, okay? But from 2006 through 2008 is what we call in the Mopar community the pre-Eagle Hemi, okay? So the pre-Eagle Hemis are very well known for dropping valve seats and obviously the lifter issues, and that goes with all the Hemis, okay? But the 06 through 08 are a lot more vulnerable to that. So I've seen prices for RTs anywhere from $7,000 to $12,000, okay? And this just goes, and I have them looking down at my notes right here, okay? I have them all written down here. So for example, I saw a 2006 RT, 138,000 miles, about $8,000, okay? And then there was the same year, and remember, these are pre-Eagle Hemis, the same year, this one had 59,000 miles, and they wanted $12,000 for it, okay? So that's something you want to look at. Just the mileage, right? If you were gonna get a pre-Eagle, I'd definitely try to get us something under 100,000 miles, and that's gonna be hard to find. So for a RT, I would say if you're gonna get a higher mileage RT, I wouldn't pay more than $7,000, and then if you're gonna get a low mileage RT, I wouldn't pay more than $12,000, okay? So anywhere from $7,000 to $12,000. I think a fair price for a RT, a pre-Eagle RT, with, you know, decent miles, let's say 50 to 70,000 miles, I think $10,000 would be a fair price. Now if you're gonna get a 2009 or 10 RT, I think a fair price for that would, you know what I mean, like, you know, mid, you know, 100,000 miles and under, you know, around that area, not too high, not too low. I think $12,000 would be a fair price for a 2009 plus RT, okay? So we do, so the RTs do come in a road and track. I couldn't really find many of those online, but another trim and this is a special edition trim. That's going to be the RT Daytona. Now I can't think at the top of my head how many were made and what years they were made, but I'll put all the information. I'll put it on the screen here, or I'll make a slide for it or whatever. But I've seen Daytonas run anywhere from $12,000 to $25,000. Okay, so the one with $25,000 I saw, and I'll try to put it up on here, it only had 27,000 miles. Okay, so I mean, I kind of get that. Okay, but I would say for a Daytona, because the Daytonas actually make more power than the RTs. So the RTs, the pre-Eagle RTs, they make, let's see what do I have here. They make 340 horsepower on that 5.7, okay? And then after 2009, like I said, they make 368 horsepower. But the Daytonas, which I believe are all pre-Eagles, and if they're not, I'll make sure I put it on the screen, or if you guys can let me know in the comments section. Those make, let's see here, they make 350 horsepower. That also goes for the Road and Track Edition RTs as well. Those make 350 horsepower, okay? So, and that's only a 10 horsepower boost from the base model RT. It's just 10 more horsepower. But if you, like I said, if you get a 2009 or up, the Eagle Hemis, then those make 368 horsepower. Okay. All right. So I think a fair price for the RT Daytonas would be $12,000, and that's if it's in decent condition. You know what I mean? Now, if you want to get something newer, like in RT and Daytona wise, if you get a 2009 RT with low miles, just expect to pay 15 grand at the minimum. That's how much you're going for. Don't listen to that idiot from yesterday. That 2009 stone white Daytona is an extremely rare car. I couldn't find any. I'll put one on the screen if I can. But yeah, those, I can't even give you a value estimation for those. That's pretty much what whoever buys it, whatever the seller wants to sell it for and the buyer wants to buy it for. The stone white Daytona, only 300 are made. Extremely rare car. Let's continue. Me personally, if I was trying to get an RT, like in clean, low mileage RT, I would try my best to pay no more than $13,000. Okay. So far we have the SXTs. Like I said, I think a fair price for an SXT is anywhere from $4,000 to $7,000. And then the RTs, like I said, if you're trying to get a decent RT clean, I say 13K would be the max I'd pay, and 7K for the V6. And these are both like more on the mint low mileage side. Okay, obviously the higher, like I said, the higher mileage and all that, the price goes down. Okay. All right, so now if you're trying to get an SRT8, this is going to be the highest trim of the 6th gen Dodge Chargers, and it's also known as the 1st generation SRTs. And that happens to be the car I drive. So let me go ahead and show you what you're gonna get when you get a 6.1. So this is a SRT8 Dodge Charger. This one is a 2009. So this one isn't stock, it is cammed. But this is what you're going to be working with here. A 6.1 liter Hemi, 370 cubic inches. So this is an upgraded version of the 5.7. These stock make 425 horsepower, 420 pound-feet of torque. This one you see right here is a 2009. Less than 1,000 of these were made in 2009, okay? Okay, so the SRT8s, right? So the prices for these, and this is where it gets a little bit tricky as well, because the SRT8s, I think there is a total of around 15,000-ish made. I'm just gonna put up a screen here of production numbers of 06 through 10 SRT8s, okay? So in 2006, 4,700 were made. 2007, 5868. 2008, 3,416. And then 2009, only 945. And in 2010, only 881 SRT8s were made. Now, SRT8s did have 3 different special edition Super Bs. So in 2007, we had the yellow ones, the yellow Super Bs. Only 1,000 of those were made. In 2008, we had the blue Super Bs, and only 1,000 of those were made. And then in 2009, we have the orange Super B, which is the most, it's the rarest of the 3, because just a little over 500 of those were made in 2009, and then in 2010 there weren't any special edition Super Bs. Now you can see there's a big drop off from 2008 to 2009. So my recommended prices, if you're getting one before 2009 for an SRT8, you're looking to pay, you know what I mean, like if you're trying to get a one that's not like stupid high in miles, like I said, if you're trying to get one that's like right at 100,000, like right there, just, you know what I mean, I think a fair price for that would be $15,000. Now if you're trying to pay less than that, just be prepared to find an SRT8 that has closer to 200,000 miles, the closer to the 200,000 mile range. Now if you're trying to pay, you know, closer to the $10,000 mark. Now if you're looking to get a Super B, like I said, I've seen a 2008 one. I don't know, I don't have the price written down here, but I'm pretty sure I saw one near $30,000, and it was low miles. So how much did you buy this rare Super B for?
I got it for $37,000.
37K. I saw a yellow Super B. I think they wanted, you know, 25K-ish for it. And I'll put the screenshots on here because I don't have them on me right now. But here's the thing about why the production numbers were a lot less in 2009. So those of you that are a little older like me, you remember in 2008, the whole recession happened and everybody was losing their jobs. Everybody was, you know what I mean, getting foreclosed out of their houses, and the economy was just looking like, you know, it was looking like shit back then. It was hard as hell to get a job. So that's mainly why the production numbers were a lot lower. And you know what I mean? And here's another thing about the 2009 and 2010 Dodge Chargers that people don't know, is that their whole rear end of the 2009 and 10 Chargers are upgraded from the ones prior. So mainly the limited slip diff. The 2006 through 8 ones have an open diff. Now if you don't know what that means, it basically means you're spinning off one wheel. And in the limited slips, it spins off both wheels. So if you ever see a burnout, and I'll see if I can find any burnouts from older SRT8s and then an 09 one, you'll see them burning off just one tire. And then the 2009s, much like the SCAT packs and HELLCATS, are burning off 2 tires. So the rear end is upgraded, meaning you're gonna put more power down on the ground. Just that, plain and simple. So that's what makes the 2009 and 10. Those are the reasons why those are harder to find, because the numbers are a lot lower, and then you're gonna end up paying more for those. So I couldn't find a 2009 one online. Actually I lied. I found one, okay, and it was only $10,000. It was $11,000, okay, but it had 188,000 miles, and I don't even know how many owners or if there was any accidents. I don't know any of that stuff, okay? But hey, it's still $10,000, right? But like I said, if I were looking for a 6.1 right now and I didn't have one, I don't think I would want to get something. It's hard to say. It depends, because if I were trying to decide whether I wanted a newer RT or a SCAT pack or a low mileage SRT8, I would go for the low mileage SRT8, just because they're a lot easier to mod and they're gonna be a little bit cheaper. You know what I mean? A low mileage SRT8 is gonna run you for, you know, 20, 22, 25,000 at the max. Compared, you get a used RT, you still end up paying 30,000, and then a used SCAT pack, you're looking $40,000-$50,000. So I would, you know what I mean? I would pay, I think the max I would pay for an SRT8 is $25,000, okay? And that's me buying. I'm not talking about selling. Selling's a whole nother game, and I'm gonna make a whole nother video on that if you're looking to sell your 6th gen. But I'm talking if you're trying to get in the charger scene, and you know what I mean, you don't want to spend a ton of money because cars today are stupid expensive. These are the prices that I'm giving you. Okay, so let's go over everything, okay? So, V6s. Don't even buy an SC, don't waste your money on that unless it's almost free. SXTs, I wouldn't pay more than $7,000. RTs. If it's high miles, you're looking to pay $7,000. Lower miles, $10,000 to $12,000. If you're getting a pre-Eagle, like I said, $7,000 to $10,000. If you're getting a Eagle Hemi, just look to pay anywhere, you know, up to $15,000 if it's low miles. Okay. All right. Daytonas, you're looking anywhere from 12, and like I said, 25,000 is too high for that. I wouldn't pay 25,000 for a Daytona, because I don't know how many were made, but let's just say there are 1,000 of them. Still, I think 25 is too much. Like I said, I would pay $12,000 for a decent, you know what I mean, a decent condition Daytona. And SRT8s, you can find them, like I said, you can find them for 10 grand. But that's, you know what I mean, it's gonna be a beat up one. Who knows how many issues it's gonna have, how many owners, if it has accidents, etc. But a fair price for an SRT8, super clean SRT8, not too high in miles, not too many owners, $18,000 would be a fair price. So 7, 12, and 18. And these are for the Eagle Hemis on the RTs. 12,000 would be fair. 18,000 for an SRT8, and then 7,000 for a clean 3.6, right? I think it was a 3.5 liter V6. Okay. Now, if you want more information as far as types of repairs or things like that you're gonna run into with these chargers, I did make a video in the past about it. I'll make sure I put the link. Maybe if I could put it on the screen here. If not, it'll be at the end screen. But one thing I did want to mention too. If you do buy a low mileage, extremely low mileage RT, SRT8, or even a V6, just know that just because a car has really low miles doesn't mean that it's not going to have issues. The reason I say that is because every part on cars, they have either a mileage or a time frame, right? For example, let's say an alternator has a 10-year lifespan or 100,000 miles, right? Just because a car only has 20,000 miles, but if the car is nearly 20 years old, you get what I'm saying? Like, the part's still old, and it's even though it doesn't have that many miles on it, just don't expect it not to fail, kind of thing, right? So just consider that when you're buying a low mileage charger, okay? And I'm not saying it's gonna fail. I'm just saying just consider that. You know, it's kind of a common sense thing, right? Anyways, if you guys have any questions, please hit the comment section. If you watch this whole video from start to finish, I highly appreciate it. Don't forget to hit that like, comment, subscribe button, guys. I'm SRT Dad. You guys saw my SRT8. Hope to see you guys on the next video. I'm out.